Okay, good afternoon, participants. Now we are starting our part 2 session of one-day workshop on developing leadership skills. And this part 2 workshop is about assessment of individual qualities and skills. Because we suppose know about the leadership qualities and skills, but if we don't assess ourselves where we stand, what are our strengths, what is weakness, then we cannot grow, we cannot develop our leadership skills. So to develop leadership skills, we must know what is the situation, current situation. That is also one aspect. And second, where we want to lead, that is also depending upon individual interest and time management and all the concepts. We have to see where we want to be ourselves. So let us assess how to assess that. We'll see the tools, that is in short, the tools for assessing our leadership skills. Because as a leader, we must know where our qualities and skills are standing, and we should be able to assess others also, so where they are standing, then only we can create the influence in the or improvement in the other people's. So good afternoon all of you. I am Dr. Mrs. Mangal Then, founder and secretary of Viengam Techno-Holistic Organization. If you are interested to organize such a workshops, free workshops, you can contact on this contact number and the mail ID. So let us start. So content about the second parts, I am just going to discuss contents, and then we will see about the learning outcomes, because unless and until we don't see outcome, we cannot get the success. So we have to define outcome first. Then we'll discuss about the Enneagram model. So this Enneagram model is to assess our own self personality. So let us assess our own personality qualities or attributes, and then move towards the leadership style. So third part will be Enneagram model introduction, what it is, and then we'll see how we can assess our Enneagram personality. So individual Enneagram personality assessment will be there. And then last part will be assessment of leadership styles. So whatever leadership styles we have discussed, we can just see where we are standing and which is major, which is less, or what change is essential. So learning outcomes at the end of this session, learners will be able to know Enneagram model. It is a tool for assessing personality. Then learners will also know evaluations of individual personality type. Then assess their leadership styles. Learner will able to assess their leadership styles and determine improvement required for developing their leadership skills. So Enneagram model, what it is? Actually, it is a useful tool to understand your personality or our personality, to understand one's strength and challenges in the life. We all have 9 personality, means generally personality are divided into 9 kinds of personality, and it doesn't mean, suppose if I will say my personality is of number 1, then it is not like that all the means attributes of number 1 I have. It means that majority my characteristics or qualities are equivalent to number 1. I may have qualities of number 2, number 5, like that. But here it is just the assessment where I am strong and where I am weak. Suppose I will get my assessment number, Enneagram personal assessment number is 1. I am 1 only, I have assessed. So if I am finding 1, then what is the cons of number 1? I have to understand. And to whom I have to develop friendships or collaborations, so that I will get fruitful outcome. That is also one important objective. So whether if I am 1 strong, and if I want to adopt promise, I have qualities of number 3 very less. So my development plan will be adopting qualities of number 3. So that will be the use of this Enneagram model. So we all have 9 personality types. Among these 9 personality, one is most dominant. Okay. So it is used for explaining what is considered as 9 interconnected personality types. So interconnection is also explained on this Enneagram model, means where I will feel stress, with what type of personality I will feel stress, and where I will grow, or where I will, with whom I will have success. So this model is widely used to study dominant behavior traits to better understand our own abilities and weakness of an individual in order to make most of the one's gifts. So what is my gift? Where I'm strong, I have to find out. Then understanding the challenges, traits, fear, stress, that is also it is able to assess. Okay. So this is a Enneagram model. Now this Enneagram model also you will see different according to the different literature. So here I have just taken one where there are 9 personality. So actually I had learned this in my leadership style, and that professional teacher has assessed over this model. So I like this. There are different models. You can use different models according to different developers. So if you'll consider according to this model, now here just have the introduction, okay? And then find out your Enneagram index and then see the characteristics in detail, okay? So reverse way here we will go. First you assess yourself. Already you have done little bit assessment, but here you do with some tools and techniques, and then we'll discuss this. And I will discuss only about your personality. If you will tell me your personality, I will discuss only that, because there is no meaning of discussing others. Okay. So depending upon participants, we'll discuss. So if you'll consider ones, see, my Enneagram number is 1. So I'm personality 1 style. So what is 1? It is perfectionist. Means it is not a good. We cannot say that perfectionist means good. There are some drawbacks and cons also. So perfectionist 1 means what is my fear? My fear is being wrong. Always I just focus on doing it very perfectionally, means 100%, putting 100%. Everything should be good and as desired. So fear is being wrong. But what is the desire of perfectionist? Number 1, being right. And what is the trans? So self-righteous or critical. So this is the trans. Number 2 is helper. You can just think where you are. Before assessing, you just think according to this. Only 2-3 attributes. You can just see. What is helper personality? So helper personality is fear. So helpers has fear to not to be needed. So because helper wants to help, their interest is in helping, cooperating, coordinating. So fear is not to be needed. If somebody will not ask me, will not take my help, then I'll be in the stress. So trans is over helping to feel worth, and desire is to be helpful. Okay, so how to use this model? I will tell you. This model one, suppose my Enneagram number will come 1. I will just see what is my fear, what is my desire, and I will just check it, is it right or no. Now see this arrow. So this 1 is connected to 7 and 1 is connected to 4. Okay. So here, this means I must have relationships with 7, and what will happen with 7 and what will happen 1. So 1 is very outcome based and 1 is very means basic, means you can just see different things. Fear will be there, stress will be there. So try to read these relations also. If 1 is be there, what is 7 and what is 4, you must know it. Okay, so 2 is helper. What is third? Third Enneagram personality is performer. So performance fear is being useless, because performation is the interest. So being useless will be the fear, and desire will be to be productive. Then individualist, number 4 personalities, fear is being defective and desire is to be unique. So you just think what you are feeling, just a simple assessment, you check, and then we will assess it. So if you are individualist, your desire will be to be unique. Always that person wants to be unique only. No second class, no third class, unique, distinct features. So individualist, his own or her own opinion, everything will be done by unique way. But fear will be defective, being defective. And trans will be every that others have what they lack. Okay. Now observer. Certain persons are observer. So observers fears are being incompetent. And then desire is to understand, because see, whenever we suppose are attending workshops or are like that, many people just take active participation, but many people just observe what is going on, what participants are doing, what the questions are asking, what a speaker is answering. So just observation job. So here, when observation job is there, understanding focus is more. Okay, means it is not a passiveness, but it is the observers means just to have understanding. So focus is on understanding, but then in that case, fear will be being incompetent. Okay, and trans is over analyzing. So as understanding focus is there, so over analyzing can happen. Okay, number 6 personality is loyalist. So loyal person will be always loyal. You can just see here and there your organization, your friends, you can assess the personality also. And you must know, because being a leader, you must know personality of your main team members. And if you know personality of your main team members, then success will be greater, because you will know that person is just a loyalist, so he will be loyal only. So that way you can just start assigning the work, or just having relationships for a certain good work, or just some security work like that. So this is very important for the leader to understand this personality styles also. So loyalist desire is to be loyal, and fear is not being secure. Okay, so because he is loyal and his desire is to loyal, so if the security will be not there, so fear is always there, not being secure. So trance is blind obedience to authority. So such a person surrounding us will be loyal to authority, whatever may happen, whatever may leaders or this boss say or authority says. They will not put their opinions around the about the decisions of authority also, because they are loyal. So their trance is the blind obedience to authority. It should not be blind loyalty, or this feelings, or whatever is the behavior. It should not be there. It should depend upon the situation. But they don't do. They don't have blind obedience to the authority. Now, person 7 is dilettante. So fear is pain and desire is pleasure. Pleasure. So such a kind of 7 personality will be always looking for the pleasure. Desire is always pleasure. So fear is pain. They would not like to have the pains, because desire is pleasure. And trance is busyness to avoid unpleasant. So pleasant is the focus. So everything they will start avoiding for getting unpleasant things. Personality 8s are controller. Desire is to be in control, and then fear is being dependent. Okay, so trant is disregard for others to maintain control. And personality 9 is peacemaker, so they are a peacemaker. So desire is harmony. They will never say anything, nothing, because their focus is building harmony. And this, and fear is conflict. So if conflict happens, such a personality don't like conflict also. Actually, some challenges also develop yourself, but whoever are peacemakers, they don't like conflict also. And trans is for accommodation. So these are the introduction about the 9 personality. um, now, why we have to assess Enneagram model or Enneagram personality? What is the use of that? How it will help? So it can also help us to examine how we relate ourselves, others, and our world. So how I relate myself, that is also understanding is there. How I relate, or just with other peoples and our world also. So the Enneagram can be used to understand the behavior of an individual. I'm not interested to assess myself, because I know I am one or perfectionist. I know what is my drawback or what is benefits and where I want to improve. I know it, but still I must know how to use this tool to assess my main key surrounding people, so that I will go with that people's for certain my objectives. So I know to whom I should go. I have to see. And actually I am just having my collaborative works, or this transfer of my opinions, and this with number 7 only, because I know if I will talk and take opinion with 7, then only I will grow, because my personality match of 1 with 7 is good for progress. So definitely if I will work with 7, progress, and it is mutual, not for me, but for that person also, he or she has to see. So understanding our behavior using the Enneagram model is important to unlock our gifts. So this is just unlocking our potential also, and gifts also. It is very essential to make sure that we are able to fine tune ourselves. Because see, if I will assess my Enneagram personality, it will help me to tune with myself also, knowing myself very truly. So that is very, very difficult work. What is my passion? What is my interest? What I want to do to get the true and correct answers of this is very important. And then for this Enneagram personality is also very important. I must know where I stand, what are my qualities. It also helps us to better understand what works best for us. Okay. because sometimes if you don't know our personality, then it makes frustration. So if something happens, and then I know my personality is perfectionist only. So what I am observing, that this has not happened correctly, and this has happened, it went wrong. So I will be not feeling that way, stressful or some fearful, because I know I'm perfectionist means whatever I'm expecting, that is beyond other common people's expectations. So hold on. So it might have gone well, and even if it has not gone well, so from the another's perceptions, their valuation is higher. So that helps us, personality helps us to works best for us. So we can understand weakness and challenges also. It helps us to enhance our and organize. Ultimate objective of this Enneagram model is enhancing outcome, because here we are discussing leadership qualities, how to develop leadership quality. So ultimate objective is to enhancing self outcome. Whatever I do, my outcome should be higher, and organizational outcome should be very higher. So it should help us by assigning right, the spelling is wrong, sorry, right work to the right personality. Okay, so it will help to assign right work to the right personality. So benefits of using Enneagram, I will conclude, it creates meta-awareness at the level of motivation. Meta-awareness, higher awareness about myself to motivate myself. Because I will be know what is my desire. Oh, it's very good. So I will motivate myself. Increases consciousness and confidence. Because if I know my personality, always there will be confidence in my all work, and consciousness will be also there. Then enables clearing of core emotional issues. So when I will assess my personality, I can help to get right over my emotional issues also. Because emotional intelligence also we have to assess. Next step is assessing our emotional intelligence, but that is not included. One day it cannot be happen. But when we know our personality index, then we can assess our emotional intelligence. All other issues we can get right over that. It helps us. It provides a framework for understanding functional and dysfunctional behaviors. Because see, if suppose X is there and he or she is behaving or doing, my team member is doing like that, but I know the Enneagram personality, then I will make changes. I will change his or her role. I will change the responsibilities. I will give some another tasks where that, suppose it is helper kind of personality. So I will use that helper kind of personality where it suits best. So that is for avoiding understanding functional, dysfunctional behaviors. Increases compassion for self and others. Because see, I just told you this personality is not going with my objectives. So I'm changing according to his personality. I'm giving him role. So it helps. I have compassion for that fellow, and that fellow will be given good jobs for his desire or this. This is another Enneagram personality. So reformer, helper. So you will get difference in the different models. So who has given that model? Okay. So this is also one another model. So see here you can find out details. The perfectionist, what is right, wrong, correct, incorrect. I believe I'm correct and good. So I can avoid feeling bad and wrong. That is what I have given example. I am feeling bad or stressful, that has not gone well. Immediate I have to say, no, I am perfectionist. So if I am perfectionist, I know. That is where it helps us. Okay. So here details are given. Now we'll start with the assessment of our own personality styles. Once again, I will assess myself because now before 2 years I had assessed it. So now our learning assignment 2 is started. So learning by doing, because unless and until you don't involve hand in the learning process, learning outcome never enhances. So you know Bloom's taxonomy. So Bloom taxonomy, cognitive level, psychomotor domain, affirmative domain, three domains we have to pour in our teaching learning sessions. Then outcome, learning outcome enhances. So always I frame my sessions based upon involvement of head, hand, and heart. Always I use this technique in my teaching. So head means just information transfer. Then heart means just personal aspects, connecting to the participants, asking, considering their views. And hand means doing something. So I call it as learning by doing. It is just the trend of IIT. I have just learned this learning by doing. They think that learning by doing has to be there in 15-minute session also. So learning by doing exercise, it is required. Ultimately, our objective of this workshop is to set your goals for your skill improvement. So this is just preliminary steps to goal setting in the last part of the workshop. Appreciation certificates for the good assignments is there. So open the links and find your personality. Decide your goals for your skill improvement. I will give one link and then you have to assess the numbers. Okay. So now start your journey of self-awareness and development today. This is the journey. This is the journey of your leadership. So start the journey of self-aware first, because you must lead yourself, and then development also has to occur. So this link I will post, and then you will read the paragraph. One page is there, two pages are there, one document is there. It requires 15 to 20 minutes. So it is very important to read this paragraph very carefully, because you may find, suppose paragraph B is matching to with you. You may think paragraph E is matching with you, but you have to find which is most appealing to you. Means what you desire, you should not see what you are desired or where it is correct. You have to see where you is applicable. What you do means it has to be now present you. So you have to see which paragraph is appealing you most, because you find C is also there, E is also there, G is also there. So again read C, E and G and see which is the most appealing to you and which is applicable to you at present. That paragraph you find out. So C you find out, and then I will tell you which is of your personality. Okay. So this is the Daniel model I'm using. I'm putting references down. So if you are interested, you can go yeah, more detail from there. So I'm posting this link in the chat box. You read that paragraphs. And suppose now if you're finding A is the most, then you will get your personality index. I will tell you. But by knowing that personality index, if you are liking some qualities of 4, that also you focus on reading and absorbing that, or just setting your goals. So like that also you can use it. Okay. So link is posted. Link is posted. There are only, I think, 9. That is for leadership styles. Got the link? Whether you got the link? Hello?
Yes, madam. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Got the link.